was going to do Mysterious Cities of Gold.
That was on my short list.
That was
that theme is ridiculous.
Outrageous. But again, I thought I'd go down.
Listen, we'll go with
we'll do
volume
Cartoons
2.
again.
Volume 2, yeah. So the reason I love this song is because it reminds me, for some reason, of Self Control by Laura Branigan, which is one of my favourite 80s pop songs of all time. It just has that. You can tell. You can tell that this song was not written with the Raccoons in mind.
Yeah.
In the same way,
it's just a song.
Quickly to touch on a new show that's been released on Netflix, The Movies That Made Us, based on the 80s toys that made us. Yeah. Do you remember? Did you watch all 4 episodes?
I haven't watched the movies one. I watched the toys one.
The movies one is incredible. Now I left the Dirty Dancing one till the end. Dirty Dancing was the first one on build, and so I watched the Die Hard one, I watched the Ghostbusters one, and I watched Home Alone. They're all incredible. And as much as I genuinely actually really like the movie Dirty Dancing, I left that till the end. It turns out that's the absolute best episode in the whole thing, because that movie should not have been made.
Yeah.
It nearly died a million times throughout it. Where the fuck was I going with that? Sorry, the main song, Time of Our Life, was not written for Dirty Dancing. It was sent in on tapes.
Oh, really?
Back then, you got music producers and curators and the tech music guys that get these tapes in, and they put the songs to the movie after. They never met each other beforehand.
Yeah.
And
it's all done in post.
And it's the same as something like St. Elmo's Fire by John Parr. There's no way he watched that movie and wrote St. Elmo's Fire to the song St. Elmo's Fire, because he had to wedge in the lyrics St. Elmo's Fire at the end of that, because there's no way he's talking about this fucking song.
This Elmo's on fire.
There's no way Run With Us was fucking written for Raccoons, because I'll tell you right now, that was sent in on a tape and went, oh my God, that's a great song. Give us that. Yeah. Now, it's a song about being happy and running.
Of course.
Yeah, so it works. But this song, Run With Us, I watched Raccoons, I liked it, but it's absolutely not even in my top 20 80s cartoons.
Yeah.
But the song is number 1 for me. It beats Jason the Wheel Warriors, it beats Mask, it beats fucking Mysterious Cities of Gold. This song is an absolute stone cold banger. Run With Us.
Yeah.
So go back and listen to the original, whatever. But
I will.
It's on
YouTube. I just checked.
This Glitterwolf version is so dedicated to the original that I'm happy enough to put it forward as the Spotify version.
Good.
It's absolute 80s pop perfection.
Yeah.
And for me, you know me.
That's your bag.
That's my bag, man. When darkness falls, leaving shadows in the night. What does that have to do with raccoons? Apart from the fact that raccoons eat at night through bins.
Yeah.
Big bin eaters. Like, not to be real, but your dad was sort of a raccoon.
It's not far off it. Not far off it. Also, my favourite internet video of all time is a man whose dog gets attacked by the raccoon and he casts him into the fucking shadow realm. That's my favourite video.
Does he fuck him down the stairs?
Yeah, it's absolutely outrageous. That's my favourite video of all time.
You know what, right? You're like me. I can't watch any kind of animal abuse, but if someone's attacking your animal,
fuck that other animal.
Kill that animal.
Yeah, fuck that thing. Yeah.
And the guy that punched the kangaroo in the head.
Stop it. Yeah, man, when the kangaroo's attacking his dog, and he just goes out and he squares off. Proper boxes
gives him a fucking like full-on jawbreaker.
A combo he gives him.
Yeah, because there's something about when someone attacks someone you love, kill,
it doesn't
dead.
Matter. Yeah.
It's almost like the whole idea of the Hulk. Do you remember the Hulk?
Yeah.
Started the idea that David Banner became the Hulk was he was mad interested in a story about a car flipping over and a woman lifted up an entire car.
I'm going to tell you something now
to save her son's life.
Yeah.
Because you get this weird strength
surge.
when someone is attacking someone you love. You become a superhuman.
That story you just told me was taught to me in school as fact.
The Incredible Hulk one?
No, about the woman lifting up the car to save her
I'm
baby.
sure it's happened, but not that.
I bet you it hasn't. I bet you it hasn't. I bet you. I'd put money on the line that no fucking man, woman or child has ever run up, especially like years ago, cars weighed fucking 18
the big
tons.
Full of everything, everything
big
was
Volvo.
metal.
Big Volvo made of fucking old nuclear silos.
Everything was made of metal.
And you're trying to tell
heavy
me
metal.
Some mammy, right, who's fucking boxes still shredded after having that child, or
I'm glad we got box in there,
right? Fucking somehow her child weeble wobble rolls out onto a fucking road, right, or whatever. I don't know whether.
First of all, have you ever tried to cut one of those old school fucking seatbelts?
Yeah.
No. Although we're probably talking about no seatbelts back then.
she fucking runs over and lifts a car up or whatever she does, or rolls it over so it doesn't kill her baby. Get the fuck out of here.
The basis of the Hulk, David Banner's entire research and career was based on this moment.
Yeah, that was taught to me as a fact in school. I remember the teacher, Mr. Martin his name was. He fucking told me this. He was a history teacher and a religion teacher.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
You bring religion into it, you can do anything you want. You can turn water into wine.
He told us that in school.
Snakes into hair.
I never forget hearing it. And that when I heard that, I was in like first year of secondary school, I remember thinking, like, you're telling me there's a chance I can be a superhero.
That's it.
Yeah, there's a chance. So I'm
basically there's a vial somewhere in the bottom of your spine that can be broken open.
Superhuman, super soldier serum. Captain America juice. Just somewhere in my spleen.
It's almost like
if I need it.
You need to see some sort of junkie and body firm hitting your ma before it cracks open. And
I'm not having it. Right? That's it. Like a little day glow stick that you pop open. And that's it. You've got fucking 40 seconds of superhuman strength. You might even be able to fly. Right? You can see through walls. Your eyes in the back of your head. Strength of the bear. And you fucking, that's all. Just something snaps inside you. Yeah, exactly.
Brave star.
Yeah. I swear to God, I thought that for so long. And I was like, all my mates were like going to the gym. I'm not lying, lads. I'm not even joking.
I don't need that.
All my mates are going to the gym because my dad still to this day lifts weights and has a gym out the back. All my friends are coming over like, oh, your dad's going to show us how to do curls or whatever. And they're like coming out like, nah, man, if I need it, it's there. Like, that's honestly what I thought.
The little glow stick in my spine needs to be snapped.
That's what I thought. If I ever need it, see all you saps there lifting weights and all sweating. I'd be in here playing fucking Street Fighter, right? If I need it, it just comes out.
If I really need to save someone or myself, maybe not even myself,
100%.
That little glow stick,
pop,
is going to get snapped, and that juice, that radioactive juice, is going to give me that.
Exactly.
There's veins popping out my head.
I thought that.
Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, because it was taught to me in school.
Yeah.
By that fucking sham. He was actually lovely. He was a judo teacher.
However, have you ever been in a fight where something happens where you go, ooh, that wasn't me?
Well, hitting people isn't really me in any way. I haven't been in a fight in years, thank God.
I do have a weird. I don't.
You have a switch, yeah. No,
I have a.
Yeah. See, I have
a bit of a switch.
I had a switch until I got involved in the pub trade, and now my fucking.
You know, I will say this about you, Gar. I have seen you put up with stuff that would make me click my spine glow stick. I swear to God, I've seen you put up with the
actual abuse,
110 mutantry,
110%
mutantry, where I'm sitting at the bar going, how the fuck has he not snapped by now?
Yeah, there's no point.
Oh, you've gone, listen, mate, whatever, blah, blah. Yeah. You can talk them down. I'm like, that lets me know I'm not really A, good human, or B, could never work in the security trade. Ever. Yeah. No, I will go straight to killer. And I'm not, I swear to God, I'm not a particularly good fighter, but there's some sort of blackout switch that
go. Yeah.
It's a fight or flight mode that I have somewhere in me, but it's not the same as the glow stick that we thought was this sort of fucking radioactive juice that we're like, well, like you said, listen, if we need to flip over that car for a kid, it'll happen.
Exactly, yeah. Throw that kid out in front of that car for a minute. Let's see. Let's see.
Yeah, so that was... That was interesting how we veered off from the Raccoons TV show. And I think the worst thing that ever happened to them was someone chasing them in a field.
The worst thing that could happen to anybody.
Their
child being knocked over by a car. Unless you already used up your super soldier serum in some sort of weird rush to get the last.
The problem with that is imagine you used it and you needed it properly later.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What if you used it to get like the last like pan of bread during the snowstorm? You know what I mean?
From Lidl.
You had to fight some Elman to get the last half batch. Yeah. Right? And then all of a sudden, like...
And you made her draw
your mom or your child or
he's like, oh, why did you hit that old woman in the head to get that last pan of bread? Oh, just use
wasn't me.
Oh, use me glow stick.
It wasn't me. It was the glow stick. The what? Shut up, you. Ask Mr. Martin. Exactly.
And then you start trying normal shitty digs that a normal human can't even do.
My arms are so tired. 2 digs later, how do you keep your hands up this high for this long?
You go to the doctor, what's wrong with you? Nothing. I just I need a refill on the
exactly. Yeah,
I need a refill on the pylon juice.
Yeah, exactly. Do you have any of that fucking go-go juice left?
The funny thing is, I grew up right beside a huge pylon.
Maybe that's why you like this.
I do have a little switch in me that it doesn't make me a good fighter. It just makes me fearless, which turns you into a better fighter than you were. Yeah. This has only happened a few times in my life when people have attacked.
Not the size of the dog and the fui.
bullshit. I'm not a fucking hard man at all. But it's a weird thing about. But we did get into fights in the 80s, and we are talking about a semi-80s, 70s. Well, you picked a lot of 60s stuff in this podcast.
I was in actual gang wars.
Well, you would have been Cabra.
But in the 90s.
Cabra, you would have been.
But even in the late 90s, actual gang wars where people chased me with knives and broken bottles.
Yeah, well,
like,
yeah.
And like it was full on Metal Gear Solid getting home. Like full on.
Well, you like, to be honest with you, whatever about Tallaght and Jobstown fights, Finglas and Cabra fights in Dublin are known
Still hate
as...
each other. Still hate each other.
They still hate each other.
They had to put a demilitarised zone in between Cabra and Finglas, a big field.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And a river. Just they couldn't have them beside each other.
They are notorious. Now, I grew up in Blanchardstown, and it's not really that tough. That's where all the drug dealers moved to shoot each other when they had enough money.
Yeah.
So we were walking by and we'd
get a bit of peace with their shooting.
We'd see houses with the police tape around them.
Yeah.
We didn't get involved. That didn't affect us ever, really. But I know from all of my mates that grew up in Cabra and or Finglas, that was
murder,
disgraceful.
Every week.
Machetes, probably.
Yeah, full on.
Well, I'm glad we got back to.
And if it wasn't people killing each other, it was the stories about like headless horseman. So you couldn't be out. Your ma wouldn't
down
let
at
you out.
Brownbridge.
Yeah, Brownbridge headless horseman. Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah, the Brownbridge headless horseman, which apparently turned out to be just some mad cunt with a pig's head. Yeah. He used to run up and down the road wearing a sheet and a pig's head on a stick.
I think we've lost our American listeners.
Maybe
we haven't.
Yeah. Okay, listen, let's knock this in the head. This is real long.
I will say this to you. I think this will be our Patreon podcast because I know we probably shouldn't say that now, but this was recommended to us by loads of our Patreon subscribers. So I feel like this will be their Christmas episode. And I'm not going to lie to you, this was one of my favourite episodes to do in the entirety of what we've done.
Yeah, well, it's nostalgic, like, it's fun, and it's relevant.
I love 80s music, and I still play it. So clearly, I have a dirty horn for nostalgia. But this was bar childhood songs, and Killers, one of my favourites. So we will give them to the lads. Possibly we can cut this out later, so we don't have to give it to them. But we will give it to them.
No, what we'll do is we'll give it to the Patreons first. The Patreons can have it for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And
I don't like putting anything behind a paywall, like I said. But to be honest with you, they've been the Patreon people have literally been asking for TV themes.
Also, Gargar needs a new pair of shoes. So
I wouldn't mind. Yeah.
It's patreon.com/Lost Art Podcast. It's less than €5 a month. And there's no schedule. You're going to do it for a month, for 2 months, for a year, as long as you want.
At this stage, if you're logging on now and you haven't done Patreon, you've got about 5 or 6 podcasts. Or no,
there's a few in there, and there's videos as well.
And videos as well.
That we're going to get back into in the new year as well. We're going to start doing some more videos.
But there's people that are just doing it every month because they're enjoying it. Yeah. And I really genuinely appreciate it.
Well, they're getting content.
We are enjoying it, but I do genuinely hate paying for working.
Yeah, to be true.
I love someone sustaining what we're doing. Yeah. It's helpful.
If Patreon isn't your type of thing, just facebook.com/Lost Art Podcast.
Can you do one thing? Is if you don't want to do Patreon, and that's absolutely fine, you're listening to it right now, just go back out and just share this in a private message to one of your friends that you think might like it.
Or public, whatever.
Yeah.
And do something.
You don't have to write a spiel about it. It's helpful when you do, because some of you fuckers have shared our podcast and written a really funny blurb about it, and we can read that and we really enjoy it.
Exactly.
So first of all, if you're listening, that's the main thing, and we appreciate it. Thank you.
So
share would be helpful.
We'll leave it at that. Have a good Christmassy New Year, whatever.
Great
fucking
Christmas New
part
Year,
of the year.
Possibly afterwards.
Eat your fucking face off, and have the crack. We'll be back in a couple of weeks. Thank you.
Good night.